Church. Today we're going to finish our look into Matthew chapter 10. We're reading from verse 40 onward, and this is the end of Jesus' charge to his disciples as he sends them out to spread his teaching across Israel. It reads, whoever receives you receives me, and whoever receives me receives him who sent me. The one who receives a prophet because he is a prophet will receive a prophet's reward, and the one who receives a righteous person because he is a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. And whoever gives one of these little ones even a cup of cold water because he is a disciple, truly I say to you, he will by no means lose his reward. And this is a very interesting section because here Jesus is saying that whoever takes care of the disciples, whoever brings them into their house and cares for them and treats them well and helps them in their ministry and helps just edify and build them up and all these things is kind of included in this idea, it is not only honoring the disciple or honoring the worker or honoring the Christian, basically. They're honoring Christ. And he says that by receiving them, you receive Christ. And if you treat Christ well, you treat the one who sent him well, which is God, the Father. And so there's this whole idea of how we treat each other in the faith as an act of worship and an act of giving glory to God and treating him well. To help understand this, here's an idea. Sometimes in the past at church, actually quite often when my kids are at church, they'll be running around. And there's been times where Lily's been running through the church lobby and she's tripped and then she hurts her knee on the carpet and she's crying, and one of you in the church has come and picked her up and been like, it's okay, Lily, and then you bring her to me and I comfort her, and then a second later she's off running again. And there's this idea that you're not only showing kindness and love and care to Lily, but you're also by helping her showing love, kindness, and care to me, her father. And I very much appreciate that. In the same way, when people, when we welcome our brothers and sisters in the faith and treat them well and care for them, it is not just helping them, but it's also bringing glory to God and showing a respect towards God as we care for his people. Then Jesus continues and he says that those who welcome a prophet receive a prophet's reward, and those who care for a righteous person get the righteous person's reward. And then he says, and even those who bring a cold glass of water, which is one of the tiniest acts of compassion and care you can think about, as they bring that to just one of these little ones. He's almost downplaying the role of the disciple there, kind of. He's saying, you will receive that reward. And there's this idea of from the greatest tier of saint that we could imagine, like a prophet, someone who speaks on behalf of God, all the way down to any Christian and any act we can do that shows compassion and love towards them, either how great it is or how small it is, it's bringing glory to God, and he enjoys that and cares for that. And there's an important lesson in here because we are family. We talked about in the last section there how in the Christian faith it brings division amongst the biological family in those who join the faith and then they find out that their parents or their siblings or those that they care for deeply are not okay with that faith. And so they lose that sense of relationship. But what they gain is of much more value, is a brotherhood and a spiritual family that is eternal and is much bigger than you might think. I remember times where I met people randomly and then I found out that they were a Christian like me, and the whole perspective changed, that this is not just some stranger, this is my brother or sister, and I care for them in such a way. And likewise, as the text here is telling us, you should too. We should care for these people deeply and understand that our love, our compassion, our kindness towards them also glorifies God, and he wants us to do that. If you have children, you know what that's like when someone comes and they say that they've helped your kid and then they bring them to you to comfort. And if we can think of everyone, especially those in the church, as God's children, and how great and appreciative and honoring it is to care for his children, it's a wonderful truth. And so as the church, we need to treat each other in that way. That is the end of Matthew chapter 10. I hope you've enjoyed this little series as we've had a deeper look into it. Have a good day, and honor God and